Greetings and peace to you. Hope you're well and in good health, of a sober mind, and in spiritual equilibrium. We now continue Soul of the Apostolate, Part 4C. We'll call this C2. The interior life makes the apostle radiate faith. Those who hear him realize God is present within him. He follows the example of St. Bernard, of whom it was said, taking with him, wherever he went, the solitude of his own heart, he was everywhere alone. And so he keeps apart from others, and in order to do so, he creates a hermitage within himself. But it is easy to see that he is not all by himself in this retreat, and that he has, in his heart, a mysterious and familiar guest, and that he goes within at every moment to commune with him, and that he does not talk until he has received his directions, his advice, his orders. We are made to feel that he is sustained and guided by him, and that the words uttered by his lips are simply a faithful echo of those of this interior word as the words of God. And thus, what is made manifest by his speech is not so much the logic and conviction of his arguments as the interior word, the verbum docens, speaking through his creature. The words that I speak to you, I speak not of myself, but the Father who abideth in me, he doth the work. The effects of such speech will be deep and enduring indeed, far deeper than the superficial admiration or passing burst of devotion that can be aroused in others by a man without the interior spirit. Such a one can move his hearer to declare that what he says is true and interesting, but that only indicates a state of mind in itself powerless to lead to supernatural faith or to make that faith live in the soul. Brother Gabriel, the Trappist lay brother, did much more to revive the faith of numerous visitors to his monastery merely by carrying out his duties as assistant to the guest master than could have been done by a learned priest whose words might appeal more to the mind than to the heart. General Mirabel frequently came to converse with the humble brother and used to say, "I came here to revive my faith." Never has there been so much preaching and arguing, or such a spate of learned works of apologetics as in our day, and yet never, at least as far as the bulk of the faithful is concerned, has the faith been so dead. Those whose job it is to teach too often seem to see nothing in the act of faith but an act of the intellect. But as a matter of fact, the will also has a large part in it. They forget that belief is a supernatural gift, and that there is a deep gulf between merely seeing the motives of credibility and making a definite act of faith. This gulf can be bridged by God alone, together with the will of the one who is being instructed. But the divine light reflected by the sanctity of the instructor is of immense assistance in accomplishing this task.